Lydia, among the valleys where fog covered the banks of the rivers Tmolus and Pactolus, lived a girl named Arachne. She was famous throughout the country for her weaving skills. Her threads were transparent as air, light as the fog that rose at dawn. Nymphs from the mountain slopes and riverbanks came to admire her work, holding their breath, for even the thinnest strip of wool became perfection in Arachne's hands. She wove scenes from the lives of humans and gods, intertwining shapes and colors so that every glance revealed a new story. Her pride was indescribable. The girl believed that her art surpassed that of all mortals. One day, Arachne cried out to the whole forest and fields. She challenged Athena Pallas to a contest. The goddess, wanting to test the pride of the mortal, came in the guise of an old woman. She warned Arachne, skill should be sought only among mortals, not among gods. But Arachne angrily rejected the advice. She was not afraid of the gods and assured Athena that she would not dare to compete with her. And then the old woman took off her mask. Before Arachne stood Athena herself in all her glory. Both set to work. Athena wove the majestic Acropolis of Athens, scenes of the dispute with Poseidon over Attica, images of all the Olympian gods punishing humans for their disobedience, surrounded by a wreath of olive leaves. Her art was magnificent, austere, and inspiring. Arachne wove a different story, the divine world in all its humanity. She showed the weaknesses of the gods, their passions, betrayal, and love, scenes where the gods found themselves in comical and tragic situations. Around her was a wreath of flowers entwined with ivy, a sign of her freedom and defiance. Arachne's threads shimmered in the sunlight like hundreds of tiny stars. Her fingers moved so quickly that it seemed as if the fabric itself was alive. The scenes came to life. Aphrodite laughed at mortals. Zeus quarreled with Poseidon, and the demiurges among the gods fell into comical and tragic traps. Athena found no fault in the girl's work. Her pride and talent were equal to divine perfection, and this aroused the goddess's envy. Unable to bear the comparison, Athena tore Arachne's work apart. The threads broke, and the scenes scattered like falling stars. The pride of the mortal was destroyed in an instant. Arachne's heart was burned with shame and anger. She twisted a rope and hanged herself, but Athena, merciful and severe at the same time, stopped her death. The goddess decided to punish her, not by taking her life, but by forcing her to become an eternal craftswoman. Arachne became a spider. Her hands, which wove threads of perfection, turned into legs that would forever create cobwebs. The rope on which she tried to end her life became a cobweb, invisible, fragile, but endless. From now on, her art lives in every web woven between branches, over streams, and in the dark corners of houses. She does not die. Her talent and pride continue to exist in a new form. The myth of Arachne reflects not only the pride of a mortal, but also historical rivalries. Lydian craftsmen wove fabrics that were revered in Miletus and Naucratis. The Athenians envied their skills, and the story of Arachne in the myth became a reflection of economic competition and envy. The spider is a symbol of skill and unwillingness to submit to foreign rule, clearly illustrating the conflict between mortals and gods, between trade and politics, between pride and justice. Thus, Arachne became an eternal weaver. Each thread of her web is a symbol of talent that knows no bounds and of the punishment that comes from pride. Her story reminds us that mortal talent can rival the divine, but disrespect for the gods always has consequences. And now, when we look at a web glistening in the sun or in the shadows, we see Arachne, weaving skills that continue to exist in a world where the boundaries between the mortal and the divine are always tense. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, and share your impressions of the video.